Thanks to the support as a channel member, Robert Bannerman. Well, we didn't quite go on and win every game, but we won enough of them to still be in with a chance with the final 2 games of the season to play of sneaking into the playoffs, which really does make a mockery of the MLS system because 2 games to go, we're second or third bottom of the league, 20 points behind top of the table Chicago Fire. But if we win these 2 matches, we could get into the playoffs and still win the entire thing, which is absolutely bananas. We've got a game in hand on everybody around us, which we play first away against New York City, and then we play away at Columbus Crew on the last day. So they're 2 tough away games against teams obviously above us in the league, but we have a chance, and we'd have had even more of a chance if we hadn't have dropped a few points at key moments. In more positive news, though, Dylan Deluli is going to be joining us from the 1st of January, so he'll be here next season. He just comes through as an international player, not a designated player. He's got 4 caps for South Africa now. Interestingly, all my boys seem to have broken into the South African national team now I've moved on, which is, I mean, I'm trying not to take it personally, but yeah, I'm taking it quite personally. Maybe I'm raising their profile by bringing them to America. But we need to beat New York City, which means we're going to go and have a look at a stadium and a city for the first time. They play somewhere called Yankee Stadium in Bronxney. Let's go and find that, shall we? So for anybody not familiar with New York City, it's that side of America. And Yankee Stadium is in here in this bit that's all set up to look like Milton Keynes with all of the grid system. I imagine they were inspired by Milton Keynes. Who wouldn't be? Yankee Stadium, similar to what we had in Japan. Never heard of it, by the way. They should put the logo on a hat or something. But I'm assuming they don't play on the Rounders pitch. Do they play on this bit next door, which looks, I mean, that's a track and field, but it does look like they've got a football pitch on there. I'm trying to find anything nearby. I mean, they've got soccer fields. I'm going to assume this bit. I mean, there's no stand-out. Do they play there? Hold on, I need to do some further Googling. So I've Googled where do New York City FC play, and apparently they do play at Yankee Stadium. So I guess the football season is on at a different time to the Rounders season, so they can play in there. It's not really the right shape, is it? They play at least 6 of their 17 home matches at Citi Field in Queens, across the street from its future home, Etihad Park, which opens in 2027. So they don't play all their matches there. They also play at somewhere called Citi Field. Let's see where that is. Citi Field. I mean, that's also a Rounders pitch. And then I guess this Etihad area, there's the Arthur Ashe Stadium. That's where they do the wrestling sometimes. Okay. I mean, they need a football pitch, is what I'm learning here. We're going to go, are we playing Rounders with them? Ultimately, it is 2036 in-game, so we should be playing at their new stadium by now anyway, so at least it should theoretically be a football pitch. And this is the team we're sending there. It's Areola in goal, a back four, Prencha, Asker, Foos and Agba, Bonnie and Runnison in midfield, Mancinelli, Chamorro and Unlove behind Davies at front. Oh, we did another transfer, by the way, just before deadline day. We sold Honorat, who was our club captain, but with Unlove coming in, we just weren't going to use him so much. So to get £5 million for a guy who was going to lose his spot to one of my boys seems like a good piece of business. So we've got an absolute ton of cash to spend. Let's get into the Champions League so we can spend it without feeling bad about it. We're the only match taking place now. This is our game in hand. If we balls this up, the race is over before it even gets underway, because I think it's a 5-point gap currently. A 4-point gap between us and Cincinnati at the moment. So if we do anything other than win here, we are not going to be able to get into those playoffs. And of course, we want that ridiculous story of me arriving with 2/3 of the season gone, bottom of the league, and somehow winning the MLS, because it's set up to give everybody a participation medal, which is, I mean, it's jolly nice to see. But let's not concede. That would be nice. I'm afraid. They're quite good, aren't they? They're all the way up there in third place. There's another Canadian team up there. How many Canadian teams are there in this league? I know we talked about it a little bit in the last episode, but send them back to Canada. Let them play there. And on that note, send the Welsh teams back to Wales in England so that we don't have to put up with Wrexham's shenanigans. They can go and beat TNS. They'll love that. Make that a TV show. Wrexham versus TNS. Lovely stuff. Right. Can we do a goal, please? Mancinelli turns, plays it over the top for Davies to chase. There's that blistering pace. Look at him go. But unfortunately, not able to apply the finish. I don't know that he's going to be the guy for me. Obviously, we've got Vilakazi, who is ready to either come in alongside him or replace him completely. And I've played a few games with Vilakazi up front lately. Davies is just, he's all pace and not a lot else. And I don't know that that's enough. So it might be, I mean, for goodness sake, I'm trying to write the man's eulogy and he's just scored an absolute worldie of a free kick. So maybe we do need to be a little bit more patient with him. It gets him into double figures for goals for the season as well. It's a lovely goal. Where's that kind of finishing from open play? Because as I was saying, all he really is from open play is blistering pace and not a lot of end product. But clearly he's also got a decent free kick on him. So maybe there is a spot for him. The more I think about it, the more I think he should be out on that left wing, slinging crosses in for Vilakazi. If you have Unlove doing this on this side and Davies on the other side doing a similar thing and just crosses like that all day long, Big Kirk gets 30 goals. And that's a wonderful world to live in. I need to get him training to play left wing because I've talked about it a few times. I don't think I've actually set him to train there yet, but look at the impact this has. If it ends like this, we go into that final day, 2 points behind both Cincinnati and New England, knowing that a win and either of them losing, and we do sneak into the playoffs in 9th place. And I mean, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? There's Davies again. He wants to play in the playoffs. Who wouldn't? Frankly, who wouldn't want to play in the playoffs? I don't know how many teams get into the Champions League. I don't know how far into the playoffs you have to get, or whether it's maybe supporters' shield positions that get you in. So, I mean, we'll be like 15th in the supporters' shield. We're not getting into the playoffs that way. Sorry, not getting into the Champions League that way. But presumably, if you win the MLS Cup, which is officially how they decide who the champions are, then that must get you into the Champions League, surely. If the Lamar Hunt Open Cup gets you into the Champions League and 5th place in the Supporters' Shield does, or whatever it might be, winning the playoffs must, surely. I mean, Asker's having a nice time there, isn't he? 2 very similar headed goals from corners. I mean, that one was a far post one. You can't accuse me of overdoing it with the near post corners. That one's far post. We do mix it up. He's just big and good in the air. He's going to score goals. I don't really know why it doesn't happen with the AI, because all I've got is a near post corner, a far post corner, and a short corner, all set to be in swingers to rotate between. And they're not fancy and fiddled with. They're just effective. So what on earth does the AI tell it to do? That means he's only scored like 3 goals in his career before this season. It's madness, especially because I leave the positioning and all of that stuff and the takers is all left to my set piece coach. So all I'm doing is setting up the original routines and they're the default ones. It's all very silly. Right. Let's just not mess up from here, eh? With 3-0 up, we're completely in control. Columbus Crew, who we play next, are on exactly the same number of points as New York. So theoretically, we should be able to go there and do a similar job. And then we're just relying on other results going away. Unlove gets in behind and very nearly makes it forward. Save some goals for the weekend, chaps. We've got to do all this again. This isn't enough in isolation. We have got to do it all again. Asker, I thought, was going for a hat-trick there, but we've decided to use the third of my options, the short corner. This one, far less effective, because as you can see, it just involves the ball going back to our left back and then us giving it away. So I do prefer the ones where we get it in aiming for the big boys, but if you do that all the time, it does get silly. Right, Foos forward to Runnerson. Runnerson tries to find Unlove. Unlove is tackled and unfortunately not able to go charging, but he does win the ball back. And now it's with Agba at right back. And Foos, the young 18-year-old centre-back, who's enjoying a nice little run in the team. And Unlove back to new boy Bonnie, who came in as part of that trade that saw 2 of our fringe players leave and head to DC United. He's already scored once. He almost scored again with another absolute screamer. Unlove with the in-swinger, looking for the big boys again. And there's Bonnie. He can't get his shot away. We've still got Kurt Villakazi to bring on. Let's do that now. On you come, Kurt. And we're also going to take off Prencher, and Aimer can come on at left back, and Asker is tired. So we'll bring on Barton to play centre back. I am getting the messages through to my inbox saying we should send Asker on holiday. He's scored 2 goals today. I'm not sending him on holiday with 1 game in the season to go, but he's 34 years old, I think. I'm pretty sure he's 34 years old. Well, that might have been João Pedro. Either way, he's getting on a bit. He's going to see out the season. And then I think I try and move him on in the closed season and bring Otara in. And we really do just turn this into my Stellenbosch team playing in MLS, because why not? They were a good team. Bring them all over. It was a good young side. We're asset stripping a team where I was a club legend, bringing in all the best players to the MLS to earn their big money. But at least we're throwing some money at Stellenbosch. We might come up against them in the World Club Cup at some point. There'll be a shell of their former selves because I've taken all of their good youngsters away. Apart from Mbambo, who of course fled for Saudi Arabia before I even had a chance to come sniffing for him. And I absolutely would have gone sniffing for him. I'd have had him on my left-hand side for sure. That 3-0 win is huge. Do it all again on the last day and we're in the playoffs. Well, ridiculously, on the last day of the season, we don't all play at the same time. So both New England and Cincinnati have played their matches. And the big news is Cincinnati lost theirs. New York Red Bulls have played theirs as well, so they can't catch them. In fact, the only team that could catch Cincinnati is us. We must win. If we win against Columbus Crew, we're in the playoffs. There is no ifs and buts from the other match because they've been played. That is just silly. They play at the lower.com field in Columbus. The fact it's called field again makes me think it's going to be another baseball stadium. So for anyone wondering where Columbus is, it's there in Ohio, obviously. And if we zoom down to the lower.com field, it actually looks like a real football ground. If we drop our little man into the middle of the pitch to have a look, he's tall, isn't he? This isn't a fellow with an Insta 360 stood in the pitch. This is a drone shot, and it's a proper football stadium. Look at that. It looks like Milton Keynes Dons' ground, other than the fact they've had bothered to put in the top tier. They must get some attendances. But they've got the whole concourse at that level, then it drops down into a little bowl shape. They've got their honours around the ground as well, and they actually have some. They even appear to have some safe standing down this end, which is very European of them. There you go. This is a real football ground. I kind of don't want to beat them now. They're a real football team. Do need to remind myself, it's not at their expense. They're already in the playoffs. We can beat them, and it's Cincinnati who suffer, not Columbus. So we can go and beat them. And this is the team that's going to try and do exactly that. It's Areola in goal, a back four, Prencher, Asker, Foose and Agba, Bonnie and Runnison in midfield, Mancinelli, Chamorro and Unlove behind Davies up front. I mean, it's the same team that played the previous match. So I could have just said we're unchanged, but I wanted to build the tension. Let's get out there and do a bleeping football. Come on, boys. Hold on. Did I do the thing where I didn't actually show you the stadium before because I didn't have screen capture on? I think I did. Hold on. Excuse me there, boys and girls. Just had to go and show you the ground. You saw it earlier in the video. Know that it was recorded now because I got to that point of this match before realising I hadn't put screen capture on properly. Really am looking forward to getting my computer fixed this weekend so we don't have all of these issues. But as I was saying, let's try and do a football. We'd like to win the match, etc., etc., etc. Please and thank you. If that section of the video was a little bit weird, it's worth noting as well, part of my computer being broken is that I'm currently editing with no sound because I can't get any sound output out of my computer. I can see the sounds going in, I just can't hear it while I'm editing. So if I've chopped out the wrong bit, know that we're going to be back to normal next week. And I apologise, but yeah. It's not the right time for my computer to break if I have to replace any of the parts on it because I mean, I made a video last week. Anyone who cares has already seen it, but I'd quite like to not have to buy a new processor, please and thank you. But yeah, can we do a goal? Because a draw's not enough. We already established a draw's not enough. And I feel like Columbus might be about to ruin my day. The long-time viewers will remember as well, the last time I did MLS as a proper Let's Play on the channel many, many, many years ago, I managed Columbus Crew. And we had a lovely time doing it. So I do kind of have previous here. So I'd like to think they will do me a favour and let me into the playoffs. Let me join them in the playoffs. They'll have the opportunity to then beat us in the playoffs a little bit further in, presumably. They can still not let us win MLS if they've decided they're going to win it. But at least let us in the playoffs. It'll be fun. You know how much I love playoffs. That's the real danger of managing here in America. In order to win the league, I have to win a playoff. And my playoff history isn't what you'd class as top tier, although I have broken my 20 plus playoffs losing streak now, but I still lose them more often than I win them. They're hard, especially these ones when half the league is in them. It's barely a playoff. It's like a league at the end of the league almost. But it's 0-0 at half time, and at some point we're going to have to go more attacking because a draw is just not enough for us. I mean, it has been an incredible turnaround in our season. If we'd have played, I mean, the form we've been in since I've been here probably would have been enough for like a top 3 finish if we'd have done it all season long. And we're going to continue to strengthen the team in the closed season. So we are going to get better. I think we've got a good chance of winning it all next season. Maybe not the Champions League if we're not playing in it, which it looks a lot less likely we're going to be doing now. Although the referee's got his finger in his ear, so fingers crossed this one is about to be given as offside and it can act as a little wake-up call for us. But we are getting better all the time. We're a good team. It's been disallowed. Right, we're going to go attacking. We're going to use it as a wake-up call. We're going to demand more. And we've got to go on and win. Kurt, get warming up. You're coming on very, very soon. I don't know who for just yet. We are now training Davies to play on the left wing, but it's probably not the time to try him out there for the first time, even though I think it would be quite effective. Right, there is Davies. Look at that. There's that blistering pace that we don't want to lose from the team. And Davies has scored an absolute stunner. Kurt, sit back down. Oh, my word. What a goal. That's on his weak foot as well. We might have a hero after all. That is brilliant from Davies. I mean, his pace gets him the chance, but that finish, what a goal. Back to positive. As it stands right now, we're in the playoffs, which is bananas. Oh, my word, what a goal that was. And Chamorro wins the ball back. I mean, we're up for it now. Look at us go. We absolutely did use the goal being disallowed as the wake-up call. And now we look like we mean it. Chamorro looking to get something moving, and he's giving the ball away frustratingly there. But he's chasing everything, as is Mancinelli. Our pressing has gone up a level, and we just need to release Unlove, who's away on that right-hand side. No one noticed him, which is a little bit frustrating. Runner to Davies, who's dropped deep, but he's so quick he can drop deep and still end up the furthest man forward by the end of the move. Agba's been fouled there. I think it's outside of the area. The referee is having a look. I mean, we'll take the penalty if you want to give us it. Questions are definitely being asked. He definitely landed in the penalty area. I think he was probably fouled outside of it, though. Yeah, no penalty. But we know Davies can hit a free kick. Is he going to score another worldie? No, we're not even going to get to see it, which is a little bit frustrating. Would have enjoyed seeing the free kick just to see, you know, what happened. Just noticed Columbus have got 2 goalkeepers on the bench, so they seem to be having the same squad depth issues that we've got. But at the moment, who cares? We're winning. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Foose forward to Bonnie, and now Asker and Runnerson. That's a loose pass, but Prescott kind of almost got there, but didn't quite. And that would have been quite upsetting if we'd have conceded from it, because Runnerson has been fantastic ever since I've arrived. He's the best player on the pitch today as well by rating, but it would have been heartbreaking to have him be the man who gave away the goal that took us out of the playoffs. Right, Otasawi's coming on. And we're also going to move Asker forward and bring Barton on and go to that. And then Chamorro is going to come off for Big Kurt. And we're going to go 2 up top. I know we're winning, but I want a second goal. I want to feel a little bit more comfortable. We're going to have Davies just dropping deep of Kurt. have Kurt be the man we're aiming at, and Davies just trying to do that fast-paced link-up play in behind him, because he naturally drops deep and does it anyway. I think he is naturally a deep-lying forward. I think we identified that when we first arrived, and we've been forcing him to play as an advanced forward because I'm human and want to win. But when playing with a partner, we can certainly get him doing this. Mancinelli's going to come off for Resnek, and then for the final change, Aimer comes on at left back, and we just need to hold on now. We've got 10 minutes. I hope I don't end up regretting going to 2 up top. I think with the instructions we've given them, it's effectively the same shape we had before, because Davies is in that slot that Chamorro would have been in previously. So it shouldn't really be that different. But Football Manager, etc., etc. Right, Aimer, do a goal from here. Just shoot. Do a goal. I mean, he's going to do a goal. I told him to do a goal. I mean, he's played it to Unlove. Unlove, I think, was offside, but Asker's there. Kurt Villakazi? I mean, is it just hit him on the way through? I mean, I'll take it if my boy does the goal. But I think he's actually robbed us of a goal by being offside, the absolute plum. I mean, if we look at it from the other angle, it's great work from it. I mean, we're offside there. Unlove's offside, which I think I said at the time. So it's not actually Kurt's fault. We don't even get to see how he tried to goal snatch it anyway. But hopefully they don't use that to wake up the way we use their one to wake up. Tackle him, Kurt. Come on. I need you to be a bit more mobile. I know your main job is to stand there doing the head in. Oh, no. I shouldn't have changed the system. Is it offside? Come on, ref. Come on, ref. I mean, it's a story being told by the referee who's made themselves the centre of attention, and that one has now been given, and that might be our playoff dreams over. We're going very attacking. We're demanding more, but I feel like I'm going to get told off in the comment section for going to 2 up top when we were already winning. I think we've ballsed that up. Fiddlesticks. So, I mean, that doesn't help. We're 16th in the Supporters' Shield. Can I not see the actual groups? Yeah, we finished just outside. 1 point outside. We were so close. Now Asker can go on holiday because everyone else is going on holiday. Go for a couple of months if you want. And then when you come back, I'm probably going to sell you. Because at 26, you're ancient. I thought he was 34. I might keep him after all. He is a big boy. Okay, we've got some general allocation money. We've got some young players coming in. And I guess we now start building for next season. We've got a couple of months off. Transfer video incoming. Now, I know I did say the transfers were going to be streams. It can't be because of the computer issues that I'm having. So I'm going to get that recorded and it will be out over the weekend. And then fingers crossed, next week we will be back to normal service. But yeah, I can't believe we've just missed out. Very upsetting. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much to all of these wonderful people from over on Patreon. And thank you very much for watching.